This is a quick and easy egg salad sandwich that I'm sure you'll love. And these are the ingredients we're using. I've got here 9 eggs, but I'm gonna keep one to make the homemade mayonnaise. So stay with me because it's totally worth doing it. We've got Dijon mustard, we're gonna use a bit when we're making the mayonnaise, but also we wanna add some in the mixture, in the egg salad mixture, because it's gonna bring it to a whole new level. White wine vinegar, olive oil, we're gonna use this for the mayonnaise. Tabasco, just a few drops when we get to it. Butter, and I'm gonna show you a secret when it comes to butter, so make sure that you stay till the end, because I've not seen this done in many recipes, especially with egg salad sandwich, and I think you're gonna like it. We're using chives, and not just because these bring a light onion flavor to our dish, but also because they bring that vibrant green color, making our egg salad look better from presentation point of view. And salt and pepper, and I'm not gonna talk too much about bread, because it all comes to your preference. In this situation, my wife made some lovely bread, which is gonna be amazing for this recipe, but let's get into preparing the ingredients. And we're getting cold water for our eggs. Make sure that you get enough in order to cover them entirely. Add a bit of salt into the water. Now we're getting these on the heat for about 11 minutes or until they are hard boiled. And when I say 11 minutes, I'm talking from the time they start simmering. And this is amazing because this will give us enough time to get the rest of the ingredients, starting with the mayonnaise. And for the mayonnaise, we need here an egg yolk. You can keep the egg white and use it maybe in an omelette. We're adding a splash of white wine vinegar and a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. And because we added quite a bit now, we might not need that much when we're mixing everything together. Now whisk and oil, and we're gonna go in gradually. And gradually is important because if you go too fast, adding too much, the mayo will split. Altogether, we're adding probably about 200 milliliters of oil whilst we keep mixing. Now, of course, if you don't want to go through this process, you can buy your mayonnaise, but it's just easy and I think it's worth it. Now, a quick tip when it comes to oil, try to go for something that's milder in taste. In this situation, I'm using pomace oil, which is a lighter version of olive oil. And if you go with extra virgin olive oil, you can, but bear in mind that your mayonnaise might be slightly bitter and you don't want these to overpower your rest of the ingredients. That's why the big brands of mayonnaise, they use canola oil or they use soybean oil. I know these get really bad rep, but just so you're aware, that's why they do it, because it's got, obviously the price is cheaper, but also it's got lighter flavor. It doesn't affect the taste of the end product. Now stick around, because once the eggs are cooked all the way through, I want to show you a little trick on how to peel these easier, most likely easier than you've done it before. And to cool down the eggs faster, we've got here some icy water. These will really help dropping that temperature all the way down, because we're making an egg salad. We want to make sure that the eggs are as cold as possible before we do anything else with them. Now the eggs are done, and now we're moving them straight into icy water. Right, now that the eggs are cold, I promise you a trick on how to peel this faster, and this is how we're gonna do it. Transfer this into a container. It can be one like this, plastic, or it can be a pot. But just something that has got a lid and it can fit the eggs in it, plus have plenty of space so we can shake it. This way the eggs will crack all the way around and it will be a lot easier to peel them. And if they're not intact during the peeling process, that's absolutely fine. They're gonna get chopped up anyway. Now some people like to grate them. I like to chop them into smaller bits just because I like some texture in there. But it's totally up to you. You can even crush them with your hands. Now at this stage the mayo goes in. We're adding salt, about half teaspoon, a quarter of teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. I know some recipes will say white pepper, use what you like. I like freshly ground black pepper over white, it's a personal preference. Chives, and I also want to add a bit of Tabasco sauce. Now mix everything together, and I feel like we can go with tiny bit more Dijon mustard, just like half teaspoon maybe, a quarter of teaspoon. And a splash of white wine vinegar, just to cut some of that heaviness from the eggs. And hang on, we're not quite there. We're gonna get this into the fridge for about an hour, 2 hours. it will set, it will be so much better. I promise, it's totally worth it. Now we talked about butter and how this is gonna make a difference in today's recipe, and this is how. So get the slices of bread. That's why I like getting the bread whole, because you can cut at your preferred thickness. It's just so much better. Now, butter on all sides. And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna toast it, bring it to a whole new level. And I know some people might be, well, you know, if you wanna do the classic way, it should be fresh bread and that's it. It's up to you. Go that way or use this method. I promise you, the texture and everything else, you know, in this sandwich will be so much better because we've got that crunch from the bread. It just works. Now with the bread toasted, let's put our egg salad sandwich together. And you want to be generous, especially because we slice our bread quite thick. Now if you enjoyed this simple recipe, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more simple recipes like this.